Well, welcome everyone. Recapping last week's game with Tennessee, once again, just really proud of our players' effort and resilience they showed throughout the game at Tennessee there last week. To have so many things during the game not go your way or just not able to come up with the play. It just was so frustrating for so much of the game, but then for so many things then to come into, to work out in the fourth quarter as they did to give us an opportunity to make the plays that we did in the fourth quarter to win the game, was really special. When you go to an environment like that, 100 and some thousand people, the stadium, checkered out, you could tell the fans and they had been waiting for it for a year. And to go in there and to be able to, fight your way through it and win in the end, and in that kind of fashion was really, really special, and took a lot of character by our players.
I probably never dreamed of a double overtime win in front of 100,000 people, but that's something to look back on, and that's pretty fun for me. You always dream of being in a situation like that where it comes down to the ball's in your hands, the ball's in your court, and it's up to what you're going to do. And, we took advantage of it. And so you love to see what happens when your team has the opportunity to win and if you take advantage.
Yeah, it's funny because I think at the beginning of the fourth quarter, or it may have been the overtime, Ty was in the huddle, and he was just like, man, he just stopped everybody and was like, this is fun. This is really fun that we get a chance to be in this situation and playing in front of this many fans. And I just sat there and I realized, I was like, this is fun. Even though it's a crucial situation, just relax and have fun and play ball, and that's what I did. And that was kind of that moment, I guess you could say.
You remember that was right before you guys were going in for the time?
Yeah, I think it was. I think it was the third down before the fourth that Baker ran it in, and before that, I approached the game the same way that I always do, but I just feel like at that moment something just kind of clicked in my head, like, let's go out and play ball and have fun.
You played a lot with Zach already, but when you see a play like that at the end of the game, at the end of overtime, what do you take from that as a DB? What does that teach you?
It teaches me that, we say this a lot, we always say that, don't wait for anyone else to make a play, you go make a play. And, when you see Zach step up and do that, you sit there and you think, he's being a leader for this team, that's what I have to do, essentially, and obviously just watching him, you just witness that, Zach's a great player, and it's great playing on the opposite side of him. And, I just learned, obviously he's a ball hawk, and that shows every Saturday. And I just kind of take that from him and just, essentially as myself, I want to make more plays.
Is it possible to implement that more in your game? Are there things that you learn that, or is that just a natural instinct and natural skill he has?
That's all natural instinct. You just gotta have an eye for it, or just a feeling for it, and he has that.
Through the first 3 quarters of the game, we weren't making competitive catches, and that's it. Guys, we work on that all day, every day, is making competitive catches, and we just weren't coming down with them. I think the fourth quarter, that's where that kind of changed. You saw DD making competitive catches and getting a little yak yardage. Me as well. I had 2 balls that I felt like I should have came up with early on. The one where he batted it down on the slant, and the comeback, I should have came up with that one. Those balls that I usually do come up with, but it was just competitive catches, like you're saying.
How much can that trickle down to the young guys now?
Yeah, it shows the guys, the younger guys, that even though you do have a bad first half or whatever, things may not be going your way, but you have to keep your head going and keep fighting.
Will there be any repercussions for Eric or Hatari about what happened post-game?
Yeah, their actions, in the heat of the moment, all emotional and whatnot, are absolutely inappropriate, and they'll be, dealt with in a educational matter. That's what we do, and we'll handle it internally.
Do you have to talk to them sometimes about the fact that everybody's got cameras, everybody's...
Well, it used to be nobody was on the field, Now everybody's on the field. It used to be, they would have 10, 15, 20 minutes to cool down before they ever met a microphone or the media. And in today's world, that doesn't happen. And there's no excuses. But these guys, and you've seen it even with some NFL guys, they play out there in a controlled rage. I mean, you don't just go out there and be all mild-mannered and everything works out for you. That's not realistic. So, and then immediately you have that rage going on, and all of a sudden there's everybody, and it doesn't work sometimes. Again, there's no excuse. They need to learn to understand that, and that's what we'll address. And again, we're an educational institution, and I'll do a better job of it, hopefully.